Welcome back to my channel, where we do canning, health, and gardening. If you love it, make sure to like and subscribe.
Hey everyone, I'm Katie Campbell. Thanks for hopping on my video. I'm going to show you how to can pork shoulder today. Enjoy.
That this is just going to be amazing. I already know it. So first thing you're going to want to do is to cut your meat into cubes. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is roughly how it should look. And on to the next step, you're going to want to season your meat. So I'm going to use onion powder, turmeric, black pepper, and pink Himalayan salt, and I am going to season it well. You can season it as much or as little as you would like. Just make sure that you move it around a lot and get it mixed in very well. Next, we're going to take some olive oil and go ahead and go around the rim of your pot. We're going to add some water into our pressure canner. So we are going to put just enough water that it's going to reach your knuckle. That is why you keep seeing me stick my finger in and out of the water. I am testing the level of the water. Then I am going to go ahead and turn my stove on high to get that water started to heat up because it takes forever. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my cans out of the water. I have kept them in there until needed because it will keep my cans nice and hot until I'm ready to use them. Next up, we got our meat ready. We have our funnel, and we also have our white vinegar, which we are going to use to wipe the rims of our jars after we put the meat in. So what you're going to do is take the meat and fill these jars up. You don't want to push them down, but don't worry about there being air pockets, because those will be filled with broth, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I don't add any extra liquid or anything, just the meat. now for the lid. So you are going to not make these as tight as possible. What you're going to do is make these finger tight. So you can see how I'm doing it. I'm not putting much pressure on it at all and just closing it. Just that easy. So now the next step is to go ahead and get those jars in the pot. Make sure that you have your tray and your pot so that your jars are not touching the very bottom. Otherwise, they may break and bust, and we don't want that. So let's go ahead and get those in. Then we are going to put our lid on and tighten everything up. Make sure you have your weight off of the top. You do not need that on yet. Okay, now we're going to go ahead, have that closed. We're going to turn the stove on high, get it going. Once it starts venting, you can even use a spoon. Go ahead and set a timer for 10 minutes. You want that to vent for 10 minutes. Then you're going to put the weight on. My altitude is under 1,000, so I'm going to be putting it on the 10 pound on the weight. And then once it gets up to 10 on the temperature, on that little circle thing right there, then you will make sure that it stays at 10, and then you are going to set your timer for 90 minutes. But make sure that you do not go and rush to open that up after the 90 minutes. Let it naturally cool down, let the steam come out naturally, and then once everything is calm, I would wait like an hour, hour and a half. Let it do its thing. Do not rush it. And then you can open it up. Go ahead and take those cans out, let them sit out. Do not take the rings off yet. I wait until the next day to remove the rings, wipe them all off, date them, and put them away. And how about that? It came out absolutely perfect. Everything turned out great. No busted jars, no nothing, anything wrong. All we have are some perfectly sealed, delicious looking, tender pork. I mean, look at that, and it's still